Oh, you're just freebie this.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Minnesota Music Summit. I'm Cam Murdoch. This is Web3 in the Music Industry Part 2. And today I am at my computer because what we are going to do is we're going to go start to finish setting up a wallet for cryptocurrency and NFTs. We're going to take a look at how you would go about creating a smart contract without code, and we'll also show you how to mint an NFT. And I'll explain along the way, but it's a lot to get through, so let's get into it. The first thing that you're going to want to do is get a crypto wallet. The one that I recommend and is most widely used across the Web3 ecosystem is Metamask. So we're going to go to metamask.io and it'll look like this. So I already have it, as you can see up here in my little Google Chrome extension section. But what you would do is go to download, and this will instruct you to download it for Chrome, iOS, or Android. Um, so yeah, you'll want to install MetaMask for Chrome, and then it'll take you through all of the steps here. Like I said, I already have it, so what I am going to do is open my wallet and I'm going to make a new one for you guys. Uh, so let's create a new account. Okay, so we're going to call this one Test Wallet. And create. Okay, so when you create your MetaMask and go through the create your account setting, what you're going to have are a few different things, and I created a new one so that for security reasons. So security and privacy, you are going to be given a secret recovery phrase. Um, you know what? I just created a new wallet within inside of my account. So my recovery phrase was going to be the exact same. And I don't want anybody to steal my account. So let's go ahead and log all the way out of here. Tell you how often I log out of my wallet, which is never. All right, we'll just remove that. And all right, add to Chrome, add extension. Going to do the download thingy. Adding. All right. Pin that so we can get to it easily. And let's hit this here. Okay, so this is what you would see creating a new wallet. Welcome to MetaMask. Let's get started. If you are importing a wallet that you already have, like I do, then you would import a secret recovery phrase. But what you're going to want to do is, yes, let's get set up, create a wallet. You would definitely take heed to these warnings. You never want to have you never want to have your information easily accessible. So like I don't access this. I try not to access my wallet from like public Wi-Fi. Of course, I'm here at the university. I trust it. I walked around, nobody's here. But yeah, we want to try to only connect to secure networks. Um, you also want to make sure that your secret recovery phrase and your key phrases and all of that stuff are in a secure location. So I typically would write them down and put them in a safe. I don't have a safe, but best case scenario, something that is as secure or safe as that. Yeah, so we're gonna press agree here. We're gonna make a new password. And create. So you can watch this this video about securing your wallet. It'll repeat some of the things that I just said. It's only a minute and a half. Let's do it.
Metamask is a new way to connect to sites and applications. On traditional database or bank is responsible for controlling and recovering your accounts. But on Metamask, all of the power belongs to the holder of the master key. Whoever holds the key controls the accounts. Your secret recovery phrase is your master key. It's a series of 12 words that are generated when you first set up Metamask, which allow you to recover your wallet and funds if you ever lose access. It's important that you secure your wallet by keeping your secret recovery phrase very safe and very secret. If anyone gets access to it, they will have the master key to your wallet and can freely access and take all of your funds. To secure your Metamask wallet, you'll want to safely save your secret recovery phrase. You can write it down, hide it somewhere, put it in a safe deposit box, or use a secure password manager. Some users even engrave their phrase onto a metal plate. Nobody, not even the team at Metamask, can help you recover your wallet if you lose your secret recovery phrase. If you haven't written down your secret recovery phrase and stored it somewhere safe, do it now. We'll wait. And remember, never share your secret recovery phrase with anyone, not even us. If anyone ever asks you for it, they're trying to scam you. That's it. Now you know what a secret recovery phrase is and how to keep your wallet safe and secure.
Shout out to MetaMask and that really fire beat that they put under there. They didn't have that in 2016 when I made my wallet, so love to see it. We're gonna close out of Discord too, so that doesn't drive everyone crazy. But yeah, I would. I'm never gonna use this wallet for anything ever, so I'm just gonna show you what the what it looks like. You would click, it would reveal. I'm gonna press remind me later for that, and so now this is my wallet. I have 0 ETH or Ethereum. Sad. So you just created your wallet. What you would want to do ideally is load it up with some cryptocurrency, which I am going to do a little bit just to kind of test this out. But that's it. That's step one. That's how you create your wallet. If you want to mint an NFT from here, all you need is some cryptocurrency that represents the particular blockchain that you're going to be minting on. So if you're minting on a platform that uses the Ethereum blockchain, you would buy some ETH. If you are minting on Polygon, you would buy their coin, which is called Matic. And yeah, so we're gonna be buying ETH. And before we even get into that, I want to kind of say here is where you also have a crossroads. You have a crossroads of minting your NFT directly on a marketplace, such as OpenSea, Zora, Rarible, and that would be your process that has the least amount of steps. In terms of like technical aptitude, I think that it is the most successful method. There is no shame in that game, so don't feel like you're not doing it right for basically using the smart contract that those platforms and protocols provide. However, you do have the option of creating your own smart contract, and for the sake of provenance and control, some would argue that it is preferable for you to do that. The thing is that creating your own smart contract sounds incredibly intimidating and incredibly complicated. I do not write any code. However, I've created several smart contracts. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. But I did want to say, like, hey, this is where you kind of choose what works best for you. I'm going to show you a little bit of both options there. And yeah, so since I'm going to be creating a smart contract, I will need to connect back to my actual wallet. And so to do so, I'm going to just disconnect this real quick so that so that my secret recovery phrases aren't recorded. And then we'll be right back on screen. Luckily, I have my wallet on my phone as well. And so I can just go ahead and copy everything over. Gotta remove from Chrome again and add back to Chrome, add extension. Next. Okay, so I can actually show you guys this part. All right, so where we are right now, I'll go back for you guys. So I'm importing my wallet now so that I don't have to buy brand new Ethereum on a brand new wallet that I never want to keep. So what we're going to do this time is press import wallet, and that secret recovery phrase, go ahead and get it out of your safe, and you're going to write all of these words down into here. Yeah.
It's like this is basically like the most glorified password, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of the point, huh?
Yes, the point is to make it something that, is just super, super random and secure. And gotta make sure I spell all these right. All right. It's telling me it's invalid. I've typed in one of these wrong. All right. Gonna focus.
And we just refresh the whole page.
I don't want to retype my password. All right, there we go. And we're importing. Congratulations. Don't need to worry about what's new right now. Okay, so For creating a custom smart contract, what I use is called Manifold .xyz. If you were to Google that, this is what will come up. So Manifold is just a suite of tools that allows you to create your own smart contract and mint NFTs with complete control and ownership and customization of that smart contract. When you type that in, you'll land on this website here, but you would want to scroll down. You can see in some of their marketing, just some of the people who have used this tool. Steve Aoki being one of them, Sacramento Kings, Jay-Z, I think, is on here. You scroll down, keep scrolling, and you're going to press Launch App. Then it will open up your wallet. So here you're going to say Connect Wallet. You won't have any of this on your screen, but you will see the Connect Wallet button. And when you do that, it'll open your MetaMask up here on the side and ask you to connect, like so. Great. And so I'm going to go over what some of this stuff even means. First off, this little image here, that is kind of like your profile section, your wallet connect and disconnect button. To the left of that, that is your documentation. In Web3, you can view documentation as kind of like an extension of your FAQ section. Most of the websites will have a detailed documentation guide that kind of just is a manual for the website. I've done this a bunch of times, but I still open it every single time that I am trying to use it. You would most likely want to go with the Manifold Studio option, which is for people like me and you that don't write code. Some of you out there might actually write code, but anyways. So we open the documentation. You have your support tab as well. With the support tab, they have a Discord community and they have an email chain where you can reach out for support if you need it. In my experience, they are pretty swift with replying in terms of email in comparison to a lot of other Web3 systems. I've had a good experience with that. Discord, you can kind of get in there. You can see who's online at any given point of time. You can reach out to them directly, or you can post something in the larger chat, and one of the many people who are a part of that Discord with more experience would hopefully be willing to help you right then, right? And then you have this tab here that says mainnet. And then if I press the drop down, it says Rinkeby. We'll touch on that a little bit more in detail later, but basically when you see a blockchain, and this is based on the Ethereum blockchain that's indicated by that diamond symbol, when you see mainnet, they're referring to main network, of course, but mainnet is where most of everything that you probably think of with NFTs and Web3, that's where it takes place. That is where you are, when you go to a marketplace and you see a bunch of NFTs, you're looking at everything on the main network. You are purchasing from the main network, you are buying your Ethereum from the main network. All of these transactions are taking place there. And Rinkeby is a test network that you can put things on, and you can kind of use it to try out a bunch of stuff without spending a whole lot of money, or actually without spending any money. So this allows you to kind of test to make sure your contract is working properly, make sure that your NFT is showing up how you wanted it to show up. And so with that, most of the marketplaces also have a version of their marketplace that's on the test network. So you can go there and you can see how things look before you finalize everything on the main network. Then you have this green symbol right here. This is the gas tracker. As you can see, from the time that I have started this class, gas has gone from 49 to 85, which is not great for me. But anyways, gas constantly fluctuates throughout the day. It is just about 2 p.m. in the afternoon where I am, so this is kind of par for the course for this time of day. And all you'll see down here, there's a bunch of different actions. These are all the price of that particular transaction in Ethereum. If I flip this switch, it'll tell me how much that is in US dollars. So deploying a contract right now, gas is going down. Deploying a contract right now would cost me $40.29 worth of Ethereum. All right, so over here to the left, what you would see just starting out is you would see a long string of numbers, and that would be your wallet address. I have an ENS domain so that I don't have to remember those long string of numbers. So that is like anything that you could think of .eth. You would get that from ENS domain. Let's just Google that. Yep, ENS.domains. It's ENS name service. You can go to the app, you can connect your wallet, and you could type in something like Minnesota Music Summit and search. And I could buy Minnesota Music Summit.eth as a domain. And it would cost me about 36 US dollars for a year, right? But we're not going to do that. I have no reason to buy that. Okay, so you got your wallet address up here. You have the Manifold logo, which if you're not on the home page, it will bring you back to the home page. Overview is the screen that we're on right now. You have kind of once you start selling NFTs from your own smart contract, you'll see the wallet addresses for any of your collectors. You also see it here on the collectors tab, and your settings tab here is just you're gonna fill this out in your first run with Manifold, but you have your name, optional email, optional Twitter handle. You have some Ascii art that you can do. That is, I'll go into more detail later, but basically anything you put here on these settings are gonna pre-populate on your smart contract when you start making it, and you'll see that in just a moment. But Discord, we don't need to worry about that at all. This is like OD super extra stuff, this whatever. But linked addresses, I could link multiple wallet addresses to this Manifold account if I wanted to. Also, it'll show me my smart contracts that I have created that are live. And here it'll show me any tokens or NFTs that I have created on a shared smart contract. So remember before when I said, hey, you could mint on OpenSea directly, or you could mint on like Foundation, Rareable, Super Rare. These platforms use a shared smart contract. Like they have their smart contract for their platform. And so when you mint directly on there, you are minting on the same smart contract as everyone else. And that is where that's why I could just add tokens, like import them from those select platforms here, so that maybe I could view everything in one place. So let's go back to overview. You got collectors, you got my top collectors. And if you scroll down, you'll see all of the contracts that I have created. All you will see is a new contract button. So for this, we're going to go and press new contract. And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 things. There are only 4 different things to decide on to create your smart contract. And I'll start with the Ascii art because this often throws people off. Like, how do I even make that? Do I need it? The answer is it has no real technological importance. It's kind of just like a creative addition to your contract. But right here in Manifold, there's on each section that you click on, they try and give you a succinct explanation of what that field is asking. And if you look here for Ascii art, there's a tab that says Plenty Tools. And when I click on that, it'll take me right to a place where I could make some Ascii art. Alternatively, if you are in the documentation, you could search for that exactly, and it'll give you a couple other options. So if you wanted to make something a little bit more intricate like this, based off of a photograph that you want to upload, then this website here would do the justice for you. So you can load up an image and it'll convert that into this text-based art format. Some people get really, really creative with it. Today, we are going to keep it very simple, and I'm going to type in Minnesota Music Summit, and we'll choose a different font here. That'll do. And so this is just text, so all you got to do is copy it. If you press Control All, that will Control A, that will copy all of it, or highlight all of it, and then you still got to copy. And then you would just paste it right in there. There you go. And yeah, so that's your Ascii art. Contract name. So this here is also, there's room for creative decisions here. So your contract name directly correlates to your collection name on a marketplace. I'll show you what I mean in a second, but I have multiple EPs or albums, and so I created a smart contract for each one of those projects so that when you view my account on a marketplace, you'll see all of the NFTs for a given album or EP in one collection together. You don't have to do that. You could also just make the contract your artist name, and then everything that you do from that contract will file under that collection. So I could just make it Cam Murdoch, and then people know this is the Cam Murdoch smart contract, and everything is just there. I wanted a little bit more specificity and organization with my contract, so that's why I did it that way. So yes, how does this correlate? We're going to go to my favorite marketplace, Zora.co. And so my first EP is called Surf Noir Volume 1. It's also what the contract is called. If it will let me click that. There we go. All right. So Surf Noir Volume 1, this is the contract address right here. I have my little icon. And then it'll show all of the NFTs that are part of that collection. Now, if I go to Explore page, just to show you kind of like how another marketplace does it, the Foundation Marketplace, for example, just right here, their smart contract is called Foundation. Come on, internet. Let's just do a refresh. There we go. Good old refreshment. Okay. I try not to judge the NFTs that I see when I see them. But yeah, you'll see that there are 116,000 items on this smart contract, about 17,000 owners on this smart contract. Foundation NFT, this is a shared contract, like I was explaining before. So contract name also correlates to collection name. As you'll see, this was in the collections section. All right, so back to our new contract. We are going to call this Minnesota Music Summit 2022, and boom. The next two things that you decide on are your contract type and your contract symbol. We're going to do the symbol first. What this is just kind of like an abbreviated ticker symbol that you see on the blockchain or block explorers. So I like to describe it like how you have a company that sells stocks, a publicly traded company, and then they have like a little abbreviation that's supposed to represent their company. This is similar, but all of these, everything that we just did, the contract name, the symbol, the Ascii mark, they are really just different formats for identifying your contract, right? But the only thing that really matters in terms of identifying your contract is the contract number, which will be generated after you go ahead and create this contract. But if you are, say, trying to purchase an NFT from a particular collection and you notice that there are similar collections or copycats and you're not certain which one on the marketplace is the real one, you'll want to go to the website or the official Discord for that collection or that project and make sure that the contract address that they provide matches the contract address of the NFT that you're about to purchase. So if I wanted to make sure that I'm on the right foundation, I would make sure that this number here, which you can get the full number by pressing these dots and opening and either scan. You want to make sure that this number, this long number here, I want to make sure that that matches what the official project gives you, so that you're not just buying some random copycat or project, because that does happen. So close that. We're going to call this MNMS. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Contract type. This is, in my opinion, the only really important thing that you have to decide on here. You have two contract types, two token types that you can create on Manifold. It's the ERC 721, ERC 1155. What does that even mean? So 721 is a type of token in which it allows for you. It's like the preferred thing for one-of-one NFTs. Like there's only one copy of this NFT. It's also great for additions. So if you are doing like 25 copies of your NFT, but you want your collectors to be able to say, hey, I have edition number 1 or I have edition number 5. You're going to want to use the ERC 721 if that is an important part of your thing that you're trying to do. If that's not an important part, the ERC 1155 would work just fine. You can still do a one-of-one piece, like just one copy, but when you do editions on the 1155, it's also slightly cheaper, and with those, you'll see something in which the NFT will say there are 20,000 of these, and there are this many people that own it. So it creates an aspect where it kind of just saves space on the screen, saves you a little bit of gas money, and there isn't a need or a point in people knowing which version they got. That we all have the exact same thing, basically. So most musicians in the Web3 ecosystem are using a 721 because we're oftentimes collectors in our own right. Having knowledge of which one we have tends to be of greater importance in the music side of things. But this seasoning, do whatever is best for your personal taste. We're going to do 721 today. So we're ready to create a smart contract. We're ready to deploy it to Rinkeby, which is the test network, which would basically, allow us to double check and make sure everything's on the up and up before it goes live. So I already have Rinkeby test Ethereum, which is the currency that you need to even do this part, but I'm going to show you how you would obtain that. So we're going to go to our Manifold documentation. We're going to type in Rinkeby. We're going to type in Rinkeby. All right, and press getting Rinkeby Ether. All right, so any one of these would work. Any one of these links will allow you to basically get free test Ethereum. I'm going to choose the second one. This is just the one that I feel like is the most accessible, looks the prettiest. So yeah, connect your wallet, Metamask, just like everything. So it is telling me this network is not supported by their faucet. Why? Why is it not supported? This is because my MetaMask is set to the main network right now, and I want to go here and add the Rinkeby network. I didn't realize it was going to take all of my stuff, all of my settings away when I logged out of my account. But this is great. We're going to show you literally everything. So let's get the information for Rinkeby Test Network. And this is the one I'm going to use. I need a screenshot of the code. Wow, nobody wants to just tell me the test network code today. Well, I know it's called Rinkeby. That's that one. Oh, edit that part out, guys. All you need to do is press the button that says Show and Hide Test Networks. Some of you smart guys and girls and in between at home probably saw that already and was like, what is he doing? So Show hide test network will take you to your advanced settings. We're gonna do that. Haha. Now we have all of our test networks. I haven't used any of the other ones, but depending on like what protocol or marketplace you're dealing with, some of them might use Kovan or one of these other ones, but we are in need of Rinkeby. So you want to make sure that you are on the Rinkeby network. And as you can see, now it is not giving me an error message on this chain link faucet. So that's my wallet address. I don't need a link, so we're not going to request that. I'm just going to request a little bit of test ether. No, you cannot use this to buy anything. I know what you were thinking. We are not robots. Send request. All right, request is complete. And as you can see, now I have 0.5. I previously had 0.4 Ethereum. And so now we are ready. Now you are ready to deploy your contract onto Rinkeby, which we'll do here, and then we'll wait.
I was late. What was, what exactly, could you just give me a quick brief description of what MetaMask is?
MetaMask is a cryptocurrency and NFT wallet.
So it's like comparable to Dogecoin or?
Nope. So it is a wallet, so you would hold your cryptocurrencies and NFTs inside of it. So if you have Dogecoin, it would be inside of your MetaMask. And I'll show you exactly what I mean real quick.
I need to take up.
Anyway, so like, see how it says 0.5 Ethereum? That is a cryptocurrency. If I had Dogecoin, there would be like another box underneath here that showed how much Dogecoin I had and that symbol. And the same for any other currency that I wanted. So while that is, it's deploying the contract, verifying the contract. While it's doing that, just real quick, you can buy cryptocurrency right here within your wallet. You would just press buy, and well, I'm on I'm on the test network, so maybe I'll show you that after I'm not on the test network. But there would be other options for you to buy cryptocurrency directly using a credit or debit card or ACH transfer or wire transfer. So you don't have to go to a like crypto exchange to do so. But these different places that you buy them from, like if you're buying it in here, you are using kind of a third party that facilitates that credit card transfer, and they may charge different fees than what a general crypto exchange charges. So just keep that in mind. But we wait approximately 5 to 10 minutes for this to verify the smart contract on Rinkeby. Just want to get this right here. while I was doing that, I am going to see if the thing that I was going to mint soon is on my phone. If so, I can just send it to myself and I'll just mint it today. Yay! Okay, so this is minted onto testnet successfully. And if we go to our dashboard, it'll show you the next steps that you're going to want to go through with minting your NFT and putting everything on the main network. You also now have a contract address for your test network. So you could view this on a blockchain explorer. And when I say blockchain explorer, I'm referring to this. Etherscan is a explorer for the Ethereum blockchain. It allows me to view all of the transactions, everything that's going on the blockchain. So we are on this specific contract right now. And let's say this was a live contract that I've been using for years. You would see a whole bunch of other transactions that have taken place, like when did I mint something, how much I minted it for, how much gas it cost me, who bought what, who sold what. And let's go back. Okay, so you have a couple of new options here. You now have the tokens and a series screen. I'm not going to go over series today. It's a little bit more high level stuff that part of it will get redundant. Yeah, so you want to prepare your token, which is your NFT, your non-fungible token. You are going to press mint new token, of course. And as you can see, you have a couple of fields. Some of this might look familiar if you've ever uploaded anything online. But here you're going to upload your files. So you can upload a image file, a video file, audio. If you're a 3D designer, you can upload like a GLB file. You can even mint an HTML file. So I'm going to choose some audio that I have lying around. We'll do this. And you can see it's just the audio. You're going to do thumbnail, which means the exact same thing as anywhere else on the internet. Let's choose a random piece of artwork I have lying around. Cool. So you got your thumbnail, you got that. So on the marketplace side, let's just show you again, for anyone who doesn't know what a thumbnail means. So here you see one image, the robots, and then when I hover over it, this is the actual NFT. So thumbnail, NFT, thumbnail, NFT. And so we're going to name our artwork. I'm going to name this test. And you can say created by, this is pre-populating because this is my profile and my settings. It's called Cam Murdoch, but I could change this if I wanted to, right? Let's say I run a label or some kind of other collective, and it's my job to make the contracts for everybody. Never fear, you can change those names. So we're going to say Minnesota Music Summit is getting a lot today. And you can put an external website in here as optional. I've used this in a variety of ways. I've used it to link to an official website. I've used it for a music video, like to link to the YouTube if it was already out. There have been situations where I've had a detailed Twitter thread that kind of explained like the backstory or gave context to why I was minting this, and I would link to that there. But most of the time, I just don't even do it. It's optional. But your description, this is where you describe your work, for one. So like, what is it? Is it an audio file? Started typing right now. MP3, or maybe it's a WAV file. Or if I'm uploading a video, I might say like music video 4K, describe what it is, what quality it is, like all of the details. Then people also use this space to describe, like to tell the story of the NFT. The story is so important in Web3. Take every opportunity that you can, or that you're provided to tell your story. And you can also use this space to tell people what utility your NFT has. So like, what does it do, or what are you giving along with it? So if you wanted to give people additional rights to use this intellectual property in other ways, you can detail that here. If you wanted to say, hey, anybody that collects this, we're going to get on an hour Zoom call just to get to know each other better, put that here. Just really describe all of the stuff. And I've not run into a character limit yet, so go crazy in here. But for now, we're just gonna do that to demonstrate that you can also do line breaks. So you can make it orderly. Finally, you have your properties. I'm gonna X this real quick. So you have your property types of text, number, hidden, boost number, boost percent. Boost number and boost percent, for music, I don't see them used as much, but you can use them. They're like more references to like PFP traits and like, or profile picture traits, or like video game based projects use that type of stuff a lot. But most important ones are text and number. And when I click text, I could say whatever I want here. I could say day of the week, but I'm not. Normally you just do regular stuff like artist name, and I'm Cam Murdoch. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm the Minnesota Music Summit today. And maybe we need another one that says, what version is this? Is this the remix? Is this the music video? Is this a music visualizer? Is this just the MP3? Or is it the single? Like, however you want to describe your work, you have the flexibility to do that. So there's no like right or wrong answer with how you use the text. And yeah. Number, also I don't use a lot because I normally am doing, if I'm doing additions, I don't put the addition count here, but I'm going to use that as an example just to show you like kind of what you could do. You could say addition 1 out of 1. Of course, doing that is redundant for this exact reason that I'm about to show you. So for your simplest setup, just worry about the text property. This is kind of the one that has the most use case for you. And if you are minting editions, which we're going to mint this to test network, when it asks me, it's going to ask me airdrop or myself. Airdrop is if I wanted to send an NFT to any of my previous collectors, but we're going to choose myself, which means I am minting this to my wallet, and then I can list it for sale later. So when I press myself, you'll see why using that number property was a little bit redundant, because you can just choose the amount of editions here and it'll display it like so. Title XY, edition number 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, and so on. So I'm going to mint 1 to Rinkeby just to show you what happens here. But once you do this, everything is a repeat step from here. If you're ready for it to go live on the mainnet, everything's a repeat step. So the mint to Rinkeby buttons for both the contract and for the actual token, they just take you through the same steps when you press mint to mainnet. It'll go through that little screen, you'll get the confetti, and that is how you create an NFT on your own smart contract. So let's say that you aren't ready to do that. You want to test and see how it looks on a marketplace. You would click one of these links. I recommend waiting maybe 5-10 minutes just to let it populate properly on that site before you go over there to test to see if everything is correct or not. If you're uploading a larger file size, then you might get something like this. You might get something where it's just showing you the name of your contract, but you can't see like your image yet, or it might already be there, like so. And those are the test networks of the different marketplaces. So I'm not going to mint that to mainnet. One, because I don't want to create a Minnesota Music Summit 2022 smart contract on the off chance that Joanna wants to do that herself one day. Don't want it to already be taken, or her to have to create a duplicate of that. And the second reason is because gas is kind of high. All right, so let's switch back over to our main network here. Yep, gas is still up there, but I'm going to show you the way to mint a smart contract to mint an NFT without a smart contract. So let's close out of that, let's close out of that, let's close out of that, and that. Okay, so right now I am on Zora.co. I'll open up a couple other options for you. OpenSea.io is another option. Rarible.com is also an option. So with each one of these, as you can see, it is Pride Month. Got to represent. Got to make sure that everybody is properly represented on these marketplaces. One of the things in Web3 that we constantly fight for is representation. Now, granted, there's also the aspect of like being used for advertisement, but happy Pride to everyone is the point that I was trying to make. So connect your wallet to whichever one of these things that you want to use. I'm just going to connect to each one. All right, I'm already connected on OpenSea, connect on Zora. All right, so the reason I open up multiple ones is so that you can kind of just see what options you have. I'll go over differences between these marketplaces, right? So Zora, you pay for, so if you mint something from your smart contract, or you mint something directly on Zora, you pay gas to mint that thing. But like I said earlier, you have minted it to yourself, you have minted it to your wallet, and then you want to actually list it for sale or for collecting when you're ready to. And that has a separate gas fee. Zora does not take any percentage of your sales when your piece is collected, and that is why many people prefer the platform, aside from them just having a great set of tools for you to use. OpenSea is also really accessible for people, because if you want to create an NFT here, you go to create, connect my wallet. If you want to create an NFT here, you pay a one-time wallet initialization fee, and then after that, it is free for you to mint your NFTs on OpenSea and free for you to list them for sale. So you save money there, but they do take 2.5% of each one of your sales. And then you have Rarible, in which it is similar to OpenSea in terms of it being a little bit more cost efficient in their setup, and that they take 2.5% of your sale, but they also have many different blockchains you could use. So you could mint on Ethereum, you could mint on Tezos, Flow, or the Polygon network, which each one of these blockchains has their own community, has their own ecosystem to it, and people that prefer them for different reasons. Like if you're someone who is worried about energy consumption, then Rarible might be an interesting place for you, because you have the option of using Tezos or Polygon, which are very, very low energy consumption blockchains in comparison to Ethereum or what Bitcoin does. There's also an option on Rarible that allows you to flip a switch, basically, to offset the CO2 emissions of your NFT. How blockchains are going about that is simply like planting the amount of trees that, through some scientific calculation, they have deemed this is the equivalent amount of trees necessary. But I also recently read somewhere that really only costs 10 cents to plant a tree. So we should kind of all have tree planting coming out of our paychecks or something. That's neither here nor there. We are going to use Zora today. I'm going to just grab something off of YouTube real quick. Hush. I'm grabbing my own thing off of YouTube, for the record. So I'm not just like grabbing some random person's work. I actually do own this thing. Just don't have the original file on my computer. So, okay, download that there, just so I can have something here for you. So, press this plus button and select mint a new NFT. View image. It tells you all the different file types that are supported. Same for video, audio, and text. I am doing the video. And this is called Take My Phone. And have a description. Let's see, take my phone. This was filmed, and I'm gonna tell people where it was filmed. This was filmed in Northbrook and Virginia Beach, Virginia. This NFT coincides with the single release for this song, which is available as a 1 of 1 on Mint Songs version 2, which is really a thing. I am live minting something that I have to release in a few days anyways. So you see it's a preview over here. I might do some spaces here. I'll say that song was produced and performed by me. The video was directed by Trill, is the name of the director. Features, cameos from Rye Whitmore, Bria, Turbo, that's that guy. DJ Lowplex, just to give you all examples of like kind of how people generally fill this space out. And I will also say the collector of the 1 of 1 that is available on songs will also receive an edition of this music video NFT. So this is a good space for me to say, hey, if you feel like, well, I don't know what I want to give my community access to later, that's totally fine, because this description box does not lock you into anything. So like I'm saying that I plan to do things where, hey, if you own any one of my NFTs, you have access to this particular website. But I don't have to say that now. Can leave it up for a surprise to my collectors down the line. Or maybe I end up doing an event at a festival that I have no way of predicting today that I'm going to be doing. I could potentially work out a thing with that festival, or say, hey, I want all of my I want tickets so I can cover all of my collectors. I have 50 of them. Okay, give me those tickets, and then I maybe have that coupon code for those tickets, and I send my collectors a link to a token gated website for them to redeem their ticket. So like, you don't have to have every minute detail of your plan figured out right here. You really just need to know, you really just need the actual asset and the gas to pay for minting it. So I'm going to proofread this because I've been misspelling things. Take my phone was filmed in Norfolk in Virginia Beach, Virginia. This NFT coincides with the single released for the song, which is available as a 1 of 1 on Mint Songs version 2. Let's do a line break here. Always proofread. Always proofread when you are minting directly on the marketplace, because once you press the mint button, you are done. There is no Rinkeby test network that you can go to. The collector of the 1 of 1 that is available on Mint Songs will also receive an edition of this music video NFT. Let's say This song was produced and performed by Cam Murdoch. This video was directed by Trill. Features complete sentences, just in case my English professors are watching. This features cameos from Y. Whitmore, Bria, Turbo, DJ Loplex. And I'm going to make sure that I spell her name right. The person who's on the screen right now with me. That would suck. Okay. And I'll also just say that take my phone is a part of the EP and NFT collection titled Surf Noir Volume 1, Future Surf Love Sounds. There we go. That's good enough. Continue. So, royalty percentage. What this means is how much do I want to receive if my collector buys this and then they sell it to someone else. 10% is what people often talk about as like a minimum, like good place to start. I think that we're all here for artist empowerment and artists setting their own values. So I personally don't think people should like sell themselves short with this. I think that your people's argument of saying do 10% is because what it signifies. It kind of signifies, hey, I'm new to the space. I'm giving my collectors more by doing this lower amount here. It also, some people have a belief that it makes it more enticing to be collected. I don't know if any of those things are specifically true, but I can fathom the validity of those statements. However, we're going to say 30% because that's just what I do for everything. You're about to release Take My Phone to the World. Every time it is sold, you'll receive 30% of the sales price. Once it is published, you will not be able to update any of the details that you provided. So here I would finalize, publish, and I would pay the gas that is necessary. And that is how you would mint this on Zora. Just to give you an alternative view of doing the exact same thing, we're going to go to OpenSea. We're going to find that video that I just downloaded. You know what? It's right here. OpenSea will autoplay when you do that. And it could scare you just like it did me. Let's do a preview image. This is the actual cover art for the song, so that's cool. Take my phone. External link, let's say I wanted to show them, you know, hey, this is doing all right on YouTube. Maybe that matters. Maybe I want to put my official website in there. We're gonna go back. Well, back does not do what you think it does in that situation. So I was going to copy my description, but since I'm not actually going to press finalize on this, we're going to describe it as such. And I already have a collection because I have minted my own smart contract. And so if you are in a situation like me where you've minted a smart contract, you have pieces on there, and now you're minting other works, but you don't you're not going through Manifold to do them. Like I'm just doing it directly on the marketplace here. OpenSea would allow me to add it to that collection. Then I can add properties like version and say music video, save. Stats like speed and stuff like that. So this levels stats. This is a good spot for me to say like video games. There are NFT applications for video games, and that is what both of those things kind of like best work for. So you're playing a game, you get an in-game item like a armor for your character or special shoes or something like that, and you can like level up those items so that they perform better over time. The Web3 ecosystem kind of applies NFT technology to that. So it's like, hey, I just beat this game and I have all of these items, and I mean I beat the game. I have no use for this anymore. Maybe I've poured money into the game to even like get to this point. It's kind of all down the drain. I mean, bragging rights maybe. With NFTs, I could say, hey, you're just starting this game or you aren't finished with this game. Do you want this item? I could put it on the marketplace and people who are looking for that item could then buy my item, and I would receive money in the form of cryptocurrency for that. And then it kind of allows like a new possibility for in-game items to, you finish a game, you cash out your items, and now you apply maybe that stuff to the next game, the next journey that you're going to go through. So unlockable content, I could enter a link, I could enter, it gives me the explanation here. I can enter whatever I want people to be able to access upon collecting this NFT. So a link to redeem a discount on merch, or maybe it's a Google Drive file where they can download other stuff. Maybe it's a calendar link for them to schedule a time to speak with me. Just some quick ideas. How many of these are there? There's one. What blockchain do I want to use? OpenSea also gives you a couple options. You got Ethereum, you got Polygon. You have Clayton, which I've never heard of. You have Solana, which is, I think, just down right now. And then we would press create, which would then bring up this, and I would do all that, but I'm not going to because that would finalize a transaction. And the reason why it would finalize that transaction is because I have already paid the wallet initialization fee. And so I don't pay any more fees. And so it would just kind of just go through. And then I would be like, oh, snap, I did not mean to actually mint that NFT on OpenSea. So I'm going to press X. And yeah, that is how you would mint an NFT. That's start to finish. But so you've minted your NFT. It's not listed for sale though. I'm on Zora. I'm going to choose an NFT that I have not listed yet. And we'll see. I like Zora because it just, I don't know, as an artist, this just looks like it looks like a place for art, and OpenSea looks like Walmart for NFTs. And like I said, they have a great team. So you see your description, you'll see how all of that property stuff looks. And I could just press list for sale. I can then, when you list something for sale, you have the option of doing a buy it now for this amount or doing an auction, very much like eBay. So if I were to do an auction, then I set a reserve price, meaning that this is the minimum amount that it could sell for. Once somebody bids at this amount, then an auction begins. I can set that auction for varying lengths of time. But once the auction begins, other people can then bid against that, and whoever has the highest bid at that point has now collected the NFT. Buy now is, like it just says, very simple. I list it, I say how much I want people to be able to buy it for. I'm gonna approve. And so you'll see, so Razora is just asking me to approve this to be used on version 3 of their network, which you would have to do first. And so this NFT is actually already listed. This particular one is already listed on OpenSea. And I minted this NFT from my own smart contract on Manifold. The reason why so me listing it on multiple marketplaces, some people frown against it, but technically if like in my case, since it's coming from the same smart contract, they're the same NFT in both places. So the reason why some people might frown upon listing in multiple places is because most people that do that aren't listing it from the same smart contract. So if I were to just upload this onto Zora directly, and I also uploaded it onto OpenSea directly and didn't involve Manifold at all, then I'm essentially creating 2 duplicate NFTs. People hate that. I hate that. But in this particular case, because we used Manifold, and Manifold then pushed the NFT to be available on all the marketplaces, I can list them anywhere. I can list them multiple places. And what will happen is that if somebody collects this NFT on OpenSea, it will then automatically update across the board, and it would no longer be available on Zora or any of the other marketplaces. Approve. I just did this. All right. So now I have the options that I needed to show you. So reserve price, I could say, let's do a 10-day auction, and the minimum is 0.1 ETH, or any of these other things, apparently, which are other cryptocurrencies. But I could also say buy now. And if I, wanted to do the same thing here, and fees and royalties, it'll tell you there are no platform fees. Finder's fee is an interesting one. So I could set a percentage of that sale that'll be paid to the protocol or the platform that finds the buyer for my NFT. What that means is that this particular marketplace, Zora, empowers curators. So if I'm somebody who I just am really good at finding the hidden gems in music, then I could stand to earn money from that by setting finder's fees when I copy links from this website, or some NFTs will already have finder's fees built in. And as you can see, if I wanted to mint this right now, if I wanted to list this, it would cost me about $15 to list this NFT on the marketplace for sale. And we're gonna reject that because we don't need to do it. But that is it. That is start to finish. Like from there, you just have to market, which marketing. Might have to be another class. So yeah. My lone attendee in IRL, do you have any questions?
Not really. Like when I think of NFTs, I think of like Paris Hilton, right? Isn't she kind of famous for having a collection of them or creating them or something like that?
She does have a lot of NFTs, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like a creator.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like one influencer. So I guess I don't really have, I mean, nothing comes to mind as far as a question, but I think that it's always cool for me. Like I'm trying to get into acting too, and this first audio book I did on it was acting is my day job, and it got me to start a jargon list. So instead of a movie, it's a film. Instead of watching, it's a screening. So it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so the new jargon is good. And I mean, I tried to take some stuff down. Metamask, OpenSea, Zora. What was the one you said after Zora? You said OpenSea, Zora, and
Rarible.
Rarible. That's right.
Yeah, it's up there on the screen now.
Okay, Rarible. Right. Got like so. But NFT right there is new jargon and all the rest. So thank you.
No problem. I guess with the last 3 minutes, I'll just show people my NFTs, not ones that I've made, but like some stuff maybe I collected. So this is where going to OpenSea is great. So these are my founding pass NFTs for Colors Studios. Looks kind of clean, kind of cool, but this one is just more like getting me voting membership in a DAO that I was already part of. I have a music machine that I bought I didn't choose this one. This one was randomly generated, so that's why it doesn't look anything like me. But I bought the music machine to support their artist fund. This one was given to me. This looks really cool. This is a concert ticket. So yesterday, actually, there was a festival and for this band called Headless Chaos that was put on by a music DAO called Song Camp. And what they did was they had something like 80 artists put into just so many different creative situations to try and get people making amazing music with people they wouldn't have made that music with before. And also a bunch of visual artists, project managers to kind of help the flow of things, just like the most awesome songwriting camp you could do in Web3. And they had a festival yesterday to roll out the NFT project, which resulted in like 45 songs. And when you mint one of the NFTs, you get a pack of 4 songs or 4 NFTs. Or you could choose to not open your pack and never know. Some people do that, kind of like baseball cards or something. And yeah, this concert ticket was given to me to attend their virtual concert. Then I have a bunch of ENS names, which are all DAO-based puns, like Robert Downey Jr., Anthony Bourdain. I have some music videos that I collected. Then you have like regular profile, these are mine that are unsold. Someone sent me virtual merge. You also have like profile picture type NFTs. So like this one that I mentioned yesterday is Loser Club. But yeah, welcome to minting NFTs.